So I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday and noticed you made a reference to maybe a broadcaster calling a play lucky. What do you make of kind of the TV copy or whatever you saw?
Yeah, it's fun. Fun trolls. I was messing around. Yeah, DeAndre made a great play. And obviously he had some stuff to say about us or me. I mean, we came out victorious in the end. So made a little fun moment of it, and that was about it.
And how do you differentiate between kind of fair criticism and something that maybe you don't think is?
Yeah, I could care less. It's kind of how I think I've said multiple times over my time being here. Fair, not. Life isn't fair. People are gonna say what they have to say. We win, we lose. People have stuff to say. Um, it was lucky. It was not lucky. People have stuff to say. Um, you know. Um, you know. Have a bad game, have a good game. People have stuff to say, so it doesn't matter. We're only worried about what's going on here within this building and with these guys. So that's all I can say about that.
Is Ben using it as motivation, or is it anything that?
Yeah, I think you always kind of use those. I mean, when you're in a competitive situation, like coaches or myself or other teammates, that when people have stuff to say about you, and whether it's that week or a whole year or whatever the case may be, I think you do use it as a little bit of fuel, as a little bit of motivation. I think that's always a part of it as a competitor, that goes along, but you don't put too much into it to where it affects you negatively.
Not to keep harping on it, but I guess I am. Aikman did say, one of the things that he said a couple times during the broadcast was that needing to put the receiver in a better position to have yards after the catch, not just completing it. Fair criticism or not?
Yeah, I think that's always something. Every game you play, you always want to be able to put your receiver in the best position. That doesn't always happen. And so you try and give him at least a catchable ball. At the least, you try and give him a catchable ball. At the maximum, you want to give him the best ball, so he can go run. I think there was opportunities for that. I think there was opportunities that we missed. I think there was opportunities that we'll hit. And it's still our fifth game that we just played, and so it's early, and obviously getting in rhythm with everybody. It's a long season, and you don't necessarily, you don't want to catch fire a little bit later in the season. Obviously, you work and you want to catch fire as soon as possible, but you want to make sure you're hitting strides at the right time and the right peak of the season to get rolling towards the end of the year. And so we're 3-2 versus a very, very good team, as all of us know. And like I said, everybody has things to say, and that's great. And like I said, I could care less, and we're 3-2.
To continue harping on this,
Did you meet with Troy last week leading up to the game?
I did not.
Stuff, or?
I did not. I didn't get to meet with him. Tried to meet with him, and then reached out and tried to meet, and that didn't happen. And so moved on from it. Went and played the game and came out 3-2.
Why did you not meet with him?
I was here late and timings didn't meet up, lifting or whatever the case may have been, and then tried to call him after the game, or not after the game, after the day, that day that I was supposed to meet with him, and it didn't get through.
When you watch your film, are you seeing improvement, obviously, but also are you seeing a lot of kind of untapped areas for growth and that could still get a lot better for you?
Yeah. I think that's always something. Being able to have growth and understand where I'm at, but also understand where I can be and where I will be. I've been saying that since I've been here, that I got a lot in the tank for this team, and I'll do whatever I have to do to be able to help this team win.
What's something you're seeing that on film where you're like, I can get so much better?
Yeah, and it's weird. I was sitting upstairs with coach the other day, and we were just talking about it. It's like my steps are off. Am I on the movement? Like when I'm moving, I've been missing on the run a little bit more than I usually do. So it's been a little weird dealing with that. So it's just finding that's probably the biggest thing because there's big plays that it turns into a second play. Something happens, play breaks down or anything like that, and it turns to a second play like the hit I took on the sideline that I shouldn't have taken right before half. Just not really on the same page. I didn't feel in the right position to be able to deliver Lou the ball, and so I took a hit and I should have just gave him a shot, especially in that situation. There was a guy about 20, 30 yards deep, and I didn't give him a shot right there. But those type of moments, just feeling comfortable and on the run right now has been one of my things that I've been working on in practice and kind of looking over on the film and things like that we can have these big explosive plays that happen within every game that we've had so far.
Was that
On the
same
fourth
situation?
and one you had late in the first half, what was your vantage point on that sequence? And
Yeah, so I got off a DJ too fast. I saw the safety roll down, but I got off a DJ too fast. I thought the safety was a little deeper than he was, and then he ended up covering the over that we had, and then I didn't actually see a 4 backside. So it's a good rep to bank for me. Just understanding that situation and not allowing that to happen again for a safety to come down. We have a one-on-one with one of our top guys. Give him a shot and put the ball up in the air and go score in that moment.
What's the mindset like? Because if you think about it, 2 end of game kicks are the difference between 1 and 4 and 3 and 2.
That's football. A lot of times, and especially in the National Football League, many times games come down to one-score games. And so, kudos to our special teams, kudos to our defense, and the other guys on the ball, offensive side of the ball. I think it's something that we've been practicing, something that we harp on, is being able to finish, and I think we've just done a good job with that recently.
When you have a game, or when you have a situation like you had Monday night where we'll call them interesting calls, took away a big play.
Yep.
How have you kind of learned, and maybe in the moment, to manage those, and what can you do for your team in those situations?
Yeah, those situations, it's a head up moment. It's a let's keep rolling. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot. Let's not give them any shot to be able to take away from whatever we're doing. So I think that's where my mindset goes. It's frustrating, obviously. You go back and watch it, and some of them are like, you feel a certain way about it or whatever the case may be. In the moment, the call is the call. And so you have to move on from it. You got to find ways to move on and, find ways to go win games, which is what we did.
Caleb, I think there are 5 Oklahoma quarterbacks starting in the NFL,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. What's your relationship with Rattler like? Realizing that they may have been, someone's equal trauma, I guess, way back when in college, and have you kept up with him?
No, we don't. We haven't really spoke much. It's not. I mean, I don't really speak to Baker and all those other guys that much, anyways. I know Spence was with me, so we don't really keep up that much. But excited for the matchup. I know he's excited, and we're gonna go out there and have a blast.
Do you think of yourself more as an Oklahoma guy or an SC guy? Or
I probably would say I think I claim USC. But when Oklahoma plays Texas, it's always horns down.
Go ahead.
The left tackle position can be pretty important for a quarterback. What have you come to appreciate about Theo Benedict?
Yeah, he goes out there and gives his best. That's all you can ask for. He's trying to grow in every single way possible. And many times Theo has came up to me and said, "I got your back." And those small nuggets, those small notes that he may say or one of the other offensive linemen may say goes a long way.
How difficult is it to move on after such an emotional, dramatic win, especially in a short week? And is it the same as like when you suffer a really crushing loss? And how tough is it to move on and turn the page to the next game?
Yeah, I think losing is a little. It hurts a little bit more than obviously the winning. So I would say that side of it, the losing bothers me more than the winning feels good. But I think we got great leaders on this team that understand that this is a long season. We were 4-2 last year at a certain point, and obviously the season turned around. So being able to understand that now that I've been through a full season, been in those moments. I think being able to move on, past wins and losses, and understand that it's a long season. Being able to move on from emotional game, being able to move on from myself playing in my hometown and game going down to the wire. All of that is important. It's important for me. It's important for us as a team to be able to focus on the next one. You only have, this week it's a little shorter time, but you got about 24 hours to enjoy or enjoy a win or feel, however you feel about a loss or anything like that. And that's our mindset. And then you move on from it and you focus on the next opponent.
Caleb, I was asking Ben, what's the value of you leading the cup back-to-back, a couple game-winning drives in the fourth quarter? He said he feels like you come to life in those moments, and it's almost like you crave them. What do you feel?
Yeah, I'd rather not be in those moments. Just put it that way. I'd rather not, just because it's most important situation in that moment, obviously. But I'd rather go win a game by 30. I think all of us will here. But in those moments, I do feel calm. I feel right where I'm supposed to be. And so I try, and I think I said this last week or whatever the case may have been, or 2 weeks ago, is I try and portray that to my teammates, that I'm calm, that this moment right here is our moment. It's our show. And in those moments, it's time to go win the game. That's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. And there's nothing more important than that moment. And so being able to understand that, being able to be calm in those moments, whether something good happens, a penalty, we have a negative play or a play that only gets 1 yard. Now we're second and long like we did. We go third and long, or third and kind of medium plus, and we go get the first down after that. So it's the patience, the calmness, the belief in each other, and then from there, you just go out there and execute the plays the coach calls.
In a game like you guys had Monday night, what does that do for your overall confidence as an offense?
The rush.
The run game.
Yeah. The rush attack is, it's extremely important to winning games. Obviously, there's certain games that that's statistic is a little off, and you win games by passing, but being able to have a balanced attack keeps the defense on their toes. Being able to have a balanced attack helps you march the ball down the field, getting open looks, play actions, keepers, screens, drop back. All of that starts to open up when you can have a positive and an effective run game. And I think the guys did a good job of that, because that defense over there is a hell of a defense coached by a hell of a coach. And their statistics on the run so far this season has been pretty solid this year. And so being able to get that going versus that defense, I know it builds confidence in Swift and the offensive line and everybody else. And then we put all these together. We take away these penalties and these negative plays that we have and things like that. And now we're putting up points, and a lot of points, because I think we have that capability. I think everybody knows that, and we just got to go and do our part.
Caleb, what do you see real quick when you watch the Saints on defense?
What? Sorry.
What do you see when you watch the Saints defense?
Yeah, their record does not show what type of team they are, and so that's not something that we're gonna underestimate. We're not gonna try and take advantage of all of that. Like they're a good team. This is also the National Football League, so I think going into this with the right mindset is what we will have and what we will do, and understanding the opportunity we have to be able to go out and execute the way we need to be able to turn out 4-2. Awesome. Thank you. The Bears.